Well, how do everybody? Excuse the chainsaw noise in the background. That's down across the field over there. I finally got my water all situated. Got the sink cleaned out, got everything cleaned up out here. I have water. Got a spigot out there, got a hose if I need it. Bleached down everything. Everything's clean. I took the racks. Now these racks are what a master sergeant brought over here way back last year, that they were destined to go into the dumpster somewhere. And the little hangers and all that stuff was with it. So it come in real handy. Got my cleaning supplies up there. Got my hand wash stuff over there. The forges are ready to go. I'll find something to put up here eventually. Guarantee you. Now my blacksmithing tongs that Ryan sent me, they're right here by the forge. A lot more cleaning up to do out here and organizing, but for right now it's fine, good to go. So that's what I've been doing part of this morning. Now let's go in the shop and we're going to talk knives a little bit. And let's see, what is today? This is Thursday. This probably won't be out till tomorrow, Friday, or maybe even Saturday. But, let's go in the shop and look around for a minute. Now, what does knife making and tomato juice, vegetable juice have in common? We're going to have to hang around to the end of the video to see, and I'll show you. First of all, we're going to empty this out into this plastic one. Now, I drink this stuff almost every day. I love V8 juice, tomato juice. I can't handle the hot and spicy anymore. I used to. I like it. My stomach won't handle it. Now I'm going to open this and pour it in here. Now kids, pay attention. I'm going to teach you something. This is, if you've never seen one, which some of you younger people might not have, this was commonly referred to as a church key. Can opener. Bottle opener here. And a puncture tool here. I'll show you how it works here in just a minute. Now this one is an antique. Old. It was in a box of stuff that my dad had put away. See if you can see that. Falstaff Brewing Company, St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know if they even make Falstaff anymore. That used to be a big brand beer around here. When I was in high school, it was Falstaff and Miller in the bottle, red, white, and blue, and Dixie beer. That was the thing. And it was the cheaper stuff too. So, alright, well, you work these. Now I don't remember opening beer cans with this. We always had the pull tabs. The pull tabs that zipped all the way off. But I remember my dad and my uncles back when I was little, everybody carried one of these in their pocket, and that's how they opened their beer cans. Put your hole there, and a little hole there for a vent. Just like that. Let's see if I can do this without spilling it. I'm going to put this in the plastic jug so I can drink it. Now you can drink it out of this metal can, but once you open it, it's best to put it in a different container. If you don't, it'll taste like a tin can. Unless you drink it all at one time. There we go. Now, this has been in the refrigerator, so it's cold. I'm going to put this back in the refrigerator because it had about that much in it. I drank it a few minutes ago. Now, we're going to take this gizmo here. Kids, pay attention. This is a P38. It's called a P38 can opener, military type can opener. We're going to cut the top out of the can. Now these are knockoffs. These are not original P38s, but they still work. Bear with me. There is a point to this in the end, I guarantee you. I'm a little slower than I used to be with these. Old Uncle Arthur has never left. He's still here. One of those things you wish that he would go away and never come back. Alright, I won't bore you with the rest of it, but I'm going to cut the rest of this top out. I'm going to wash this can out, and you will see it at the end of the video. Cool? I'll be back. Now I'm putting the final grinds on Momma Sue's 10-piece set. Now they're already heat treated, cleaned up, getting ready for the handles. Let's see what I'm doing. This is the butcher knife. Getting my final grinds on this thinner type metal. I always do this at the end. Got the rough grind. Alright, showing all the scratches. I'm put on a fine belt without changing anything. I'm going to take all that out. That eliminates all that hand sanding, and it'll look pretty. Hang on just a minute and I'll show you. Dip it in water, keep it cool, because they're already heat treated. I don't want to get them overheated. Pretty shiny edge, and the final edge will go on by hand. Now I'm going to flip it around and do the other side. Then we'll do the big chef knife, and the rest of them get done by hand. And we'll get to the tomato juice thing here in just a little bit. chef knife, same thing. Flip it around, do the other side. Alright, the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, normally on kitchen knives I do a mustard etch, vinegar mustard etch. This time we're going to do a boiling vinegar tomato juice etch. Now I'm using this kind here because I picked up the wrong bottle one day. I usually use plain old tomato juice. This still V8. This is the low sodium with no salt, and I don't like that stuff. So we're going to use it for this. The can that we emptied the other day, that's what it's for. It's tall enough to get the blades down in. And just a little bit of vinegar in there that was at the bottom of another jug. Might as well use it. So we're going to go about a quarter of this juice. Now let me explain to you why I'm doing this. Tomatoes are full of acid. Tomato juice is full of acid. Vinegar is an acid. So it's basically a homemade acid etch. Alright, let's put this in here. Now we're going to get this boiling. And I got to watch it close so it don't boil over and make a mess. And this is plain old white vinegar. This is the store brand, which is as good as anything else, I think. Now once that gets good and hot and boiling, I'll show you what we're going to do next. When they come out, I've got a sink full of water. Well, some sink in the water. Water in the sink is what I'm trying to say. With some baking soda, and we'll neutralize all this acid. Might want to get us a stick and stir it around a little bit. Like that. And what this is going to do is going to protect that steel from rusting. And I may put one more coat on after I get the handles on. But that high carbon steel being bare like that, if I go ahead and put the handles on it like that, while they're drying, it'll take, for both sides, it'll take the rest of the day and overnight for it to dry good. It will get surface rust all over it. Then I'll have to do all that over again if I don't do this first. So, Momma Sue, when I get done with this, I'm going to bottle it up and send it to your house and let Elmo drink it. Just don't tell him what I did with it. Alright, y'all, our mixture is come to a boil. Turned it down a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, this is the steak knives. I'll set them down in there. Just like that. Paring knife. Now these longer ones I'll have to flip back over. Now the handle ends, don't worry about that. That's going to be all ground down again before I put the handles on there. I'm going to let them soak just a little bit. See, we're coming back to a boil again. See that? Now you can do this at home too with just boiling vinegar. If you have a knife that you have trouble rusting on you, clean it off real good with some steel wool, soap and water. Boil some vinegar on the stove. Dip it and let it sit a little bit. Neutralize it in some baking soda. And wash it with soap and water. These will set just a little while. No set time limit. 10-15 minutes usually will do it. And there we go. Now I've got some water warmed up for the neutralizing solution, which is baking soda and water. I've got some cold water in there. I'm going to add, just want it warm. When I take it out of this hot, I don't want to put it into something cold. Warm water, let it neutralize, then I'll wash them with soap and water. Then we will get to putting the handles on there. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, and I'm not going to send this to Elmo, because I'm sure he would drink it, but we'll just get rid of that. Everybody loves Elmo. He's my buddy. Alright, got some warm baking soda water mixed up. We're going to neutralize this acid. Let's see, I don't know if the camera will see it, but you see it, a little bit of a fizz to it. That's that baking soda neutralizing the acid. Now these have come out with a very, very pretty dark color. Yeah, y'all heard my phone go off. I'm trying to talk one of my buddies out of doing something silly, buying a Toyota, but it's not working. Y'all know I am a Chevrolet man, but he wants to be goofy. Let him be goofy. He is from Alabama, so you know. Well, so is my family, so there you go. Now this other sink over here, I've got some just plain soapy water. Let's see, let me see if I can get the camera moved around a little bit more. Y'all can see. You see that? Now it takes just a minute for this to neutralize over here. I've got a sponge, a scrubby sponge. I'm not going to use the scrubby side, just the sponge side. Gonna wipe it down to get the excess off. Then we'll set them over in the soapy water. Okay, let's rinse this one off and see what kind of color we're going to come out with. Very, very pretty gray color. Now before we get done, I'll show you an old carbon steel knife with a patina from, let's see, at least 60 or 75 years. The knife belonged to my grandmother that I still use today. I'll show you what these will look like eventually after years of patina. I'm going to continue to wash these in the solution, then I'm going to wash them in soap and water, and we'll get them dried off back in the shop and start putting handles on. Alright, next step on Momma Sue's knife set. Take them one at a time. This is the paring knife. I'm going to clean off where the handle goes so the epoxy will stick to it. I've got an 80 grit belt. It's used a little bit. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to rough this edge real good, clean it good, knock this scale off, rough it so the epoxy will stick to it. And I'll do each one of them the same. I'll show you the first one and then we'll move on. Just like that. That leaves a nice clean rough edge for the epoxy and wood to stick together. And I didn't go so far down here to where you see a big shiny spot. Cool. Alright, 9 more to go. Then we'll start epoxying handles. Alright y'all, time to epoxy the handles on. I'm going to show you the first one. And then turn the camera off. Gotta move pretty quick. I'm going to mix up enough to do maybe 2 or 3 at one time. Got 10 to do. Got them all lined out on the table here. Now this is the way I do it. I epoxy on one side. When it dries, I'll trim it off to match the handle. Then I'll drill the holes for the pins and do the same thing on the other side. That way I never ever have trouble lining pins up. It's just the way I do it. I'll take this stick, spread an even coat. I've already got the handles laid out where I want them. That side real close. Clamp it down just like that. Now let's move the camera. Now while we're going, might as well do another one. Now this is DevCon epoxy quick set. It will set in, it says 5 minutes. Depends on the temperature and all that.
Call from 315-807-5211.
Alright, just like that. Let me answer this call. Alright, there we go. Momma Sue's 10-piece set is epoxied up on one side. It's got the whole table taken up. And I'll be out early in the morning and we'll get to the next step. We're going to call this part 1. And I will see y'all tomorrow, where we finish the handles and get started on the block. Cool. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support. And I will see y'all tomorrow. It is almost 5:30. Getting real close to bedtime for me. See y'all tomorrow.